Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Nuts and Dolts. I'm Colin.
I'm Melissa.
And that's Eerie the Eagle.
There we go. We got a new
There
co-host.
we go. Yeah, Eerie the Eagle is our co-host. I've actually been watching a lot of bird meme videos.
Okay, so
I've been addicted to those.
So we need to not fail at summer again. We need to do Phineas and Ferb proud.
I don't get it.
Phineas and Ferb is a TV show.
Oh wait, we weren't supposed to fail? Good lord, I probably shouldn't have put alcohol in my eggnog.
Oh sure, you're gonna blame it on that?
Yep, I have something to blame now.
Okay.
This technically isn't a what do we call that again? This technically isn't a happy hour, but I'm drinking regardless. Southern Comfort eggnog and Southern Comfort whiskey.
Okay, so we need to break that again.
So you need to break the boulder.
We can do all this in one
Good
round.
lord, this is probably one of our worst. You look pretty strong. Good lord, haven't I done this before? Oh yeah, last episode we did all this for the most part. What did we fail last time? It was
You kept on getting knocked off and getting hasty with the birds.
Okay. Yes, deja vu. I have been in this place before. Ha 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 ha. As if we haven't listened to that song several bajillion times.
In one video.
We didn't even watch Initial D. We might need to rectify that at some point. Wonder if it's on YouTube. Well, if it's good enough, I'm gonna add it to my shelf. The thing is, I don't think the original show is on Blu-ray. I think why am I collecting feathers? I've got 100 of them. Did we get the?
We got the one from over here.
If the show is good enough, I'm going to end up buying it anyway. So.
Okay, so we open the rock.
Let's get.
We are not going to rush these guys.
Nope, we're not.
Because we found out that they're pretty accurate.
Yeah, you can't really rush them. Anyway. Where were we? I forget what else.
We're collecting worms.
I know. Collecting the wormies. Wormy! There's another SpongeBob reference.
We're gonna make too many of those.
As if we haven't already. Like that. Let's get everything down before we go up.
Yeah.
That way we don't have to fan out.
And we're not getting the bumblebee yet.
No, we don't need to get the bumblebee yet.
I mean, well, actually we can't. He won't let us.
Oh, come on. I tried to do the Talon Walk, but it wouldn't let me combo into it. Is there a worm in here? Because there is one at some point. Oh, you can't be a bee at this point.
No, that's what I said.
Oh, you have to go to the bees. Okay.
Yeah, because remember,
As I was saying.
That was one of our deaths.
As I was saying. I don't know what I was going to say. I think we failed pretty hard at the intro this time. I think we've done worse than other times, though.
No, you just completely lost it. I thought that I made a perfectly relevant thing. I said something perfectly relevant, but apparently your brain's elsewhere. Your brain's in...
My brain is in the nog.
Your brain is in eggnog.
We love you, Noggy. Mine.
I wonder if that's what Eggman drinks. And that's how he got his name.
Do you think Eggman just buries himself in booze and that's why he can never beat Sonic?
Do I think that's probably why he can't beat Sonic.
He's just drinking too much eggnog.
And the thing is that whenever he loses to Sonic, he just goes back and buries his face in eggnog again.
Oh, Eggman. So, I feel like I've done a good amount of stuff today. Got back from work.
I froze my butt off.
She helped me change my oil. She was my assistant. She learned about how to change your oil, at least a little bit, because it's something she's never done before.
Yeah, and
she's like, why do you, like, if it's so easy, like, why don't other people, like, just do it? It's like...
He might have found out.
Come on. Yeah, because it's tedious as balls sometimes to do it.
Oh, look.
Where?
We got 20 invincibility feathers.
Oh, you didn't know that? Oh, yeah, but yesterday... While setting up for the episode, I went and got our gold. I went to the sandcastle and got our feathers.
That actually will be nice because the bees are...
Yes, I think we can just breeze through the bee area where we died last time.
Not the bees!
Obvious reference is obvious. So, anyway, what I was getting to was I got off of work. I changed the oil in my truck. I took a shower, and while I was in the shower, I had a really good thought.
Yeah, you don't trust us anymore, do you?
No, I don't. If you could go back in time, and because I was thinking about, okay, I've got to set up why I was having this thought. I was thinking about my old.
The only thing it saved was the plant.
I don't know. Anyway, so I was thinking, if you could go... No, wait, no, I have to work up to the question. Sorry, the alcohol's talking. If you... Did we get a worm back here? Did we get all the worms? Oh, no, wait, there's one across. Haha, you can't get me in the fence. So I had this... I was thinking about...
You already got it.
Oh, I already... Okay. I was thinking about an old vehicle I had, like my first car that I really wish I still had. I was thinking about how I wish I could go back and tell myself, like, how to take care of vehicles and how not to do stupid things. And I was thinking, if you could go back in time, Alyssa, and you had any amount of time to explain, like, just one thing, one-on-one, with yourself, earlier on in life. Oops, sorry. What was a delayed oops? What would it be? You've got you you don't have a cutoff point. Like you don't have like 10 minutes. Like you have just as much time to sit down and tell yourself things so you can be better off or maybe worse off in the future if you feel like sabotaging yourself. And while you think about that, I'll tell you what I was thinking. I was thinking I want to go back and tell myself. Make sure that you pay attention while driving at night so you don't end up jumping a ditch and having issues with your car. And then make sure you like, change your oil. Good lord. I need to get higher up in the tree. Is there anything we're missing? I don't think so. I think we got everything. Change your fucking oil, dude. I would have laid into myself about that. I would have gone.
So I think that there's worm. Is there one here?
I don't know. Anyway, I would have laid into myself about making sure that you take care of the things that you have, and just drive properly at night. Make sure you don't miss any signs that say like there's a curve up ahead, because that's how I ended up jumping the ditch in the first place. Oh, come on, I can do it.
Hey, you didn't fall this time though. That's the only saving grace.
I don't know. Most of my thoughts about what I would talk to myself relate to taking care of vehicles and whatnot.
Well, I suppose that can I make a slight alteration to that?
You've got to tell me what the alteration is before you try to do it.
Okay, so the alteration would be that I would, when I learn to drive...
No. That's what I would tell myself. I'm asking, what would you tell yourself?
I'm saying that because that's something I need to tell myself.
Oh, okay.
Like, say that I learn how to drive, because I'm kind of afraid of driving, which is kind of why I haven't really started working on my license in earnest. But say I learned to drive, I need to figure out what made it easier for me to drive, and I need to tell myself at a very younger age to get started as soon as possible.
So you still have to work through that, but then you want to be able to go back in time and tell yourself the secret so you can be further along.
Yes.
Okay. That's quite wise. I would tell myself also not to have gone to college, and that's kind of antithetical to what. I don't think antithetical is the right word. That's quite against. Everybody's like, oh, well, you gotta go to college. Yeah, but you kind of just don't want to go just to go. I went
because I did want to learn more about computer engineering.
Well, we've talked about this. You said that you've been working out like what you wanted to be since like middle school. I showed up to class one day, heard that, oh, well, X-ray technicians get paid pretty well, and you only have to do like 2 years of training. Like, go ahead and do it. I'm like, okay, that sounds nice. I want money. I don't know what I'm doing after school. I don't know what I'm doing after high school. I just want something that's nice and secure. Geronimo.
Ready?
Yep. Okay, this is the bees.
The bees.
Yeah. This will be fairly simple, so long as my feathers hold out.
They should, because you're basically taking them out as they hit you.
Yeah.
Just stand still.
So Alyssa, how's the weather outside?
Cold.
It's cold. The zing. He's beaten us. Oh well. We're getting bored of guarding it. We were getting bored of guarding it anyway.
So bored that you had to commit suicide.
That's literally what... Well, they didn't commit suicide because I killed them. They didn't kill themselves. Actually, they're bees. So anytime they attack, I guess they technically could be committing suicide.
Because they lose their stingers and they die.
Yes.
Do you think that's what happened to the bee that stung you when you were younger?
I had a sleepover when I was younger, and I was getting the sleeping bag out of the garage. This was after winter, or close to after winter. There was a bee that had been hibernating in my sleeping bag in the garage, and it stung me. And I've never been stung before, and I don't think I've ever been stung since.
Greyhound?
No, I didn't. I didn't have the time. It wouldn't let me. Just don't touch, trust.
Well, that cost you something there.
So, I mean, there's not much to the story. I mean, I've never been stung by a bee, and there's nothing I really could have done to avoid it. I mean...
I've never been stung by a bee, though, and you have, so what's it like?
There's something in the stinger that makes it more painful. I mean, I'm not trying to build it up, it's just... And part of why it was painful for me is I didn't know it was coming. But, again, your hand swells up. I mean, some people that are allergic, can possibly die from that, but it's... Again, there's venom in the stinger. It's not just a plain stinger. It's not like getting a, it's not like getting a splinter. It just, that and your hand actually start, have you ever, imagine your hands, no, sorry. You know the sensation of, when your hand, your hand gets all tingly from having, lost, sensation from, having, something around it?
Yeah.
Cutting off your blood circulation?
Yeah.
Imagine that, but instead of that, it's swelling.
There's a jiggy in there.
I mean, it felt kind of weird.
Is there, or is that just a...
is there a jiggy in there?
I think there is one in there eventually. This wasn't...
There's one on the other end of there. Okay.
Can we make it? Can you break a window?
You can't break the window. Here, I need to be careful or I'll fall all the way down. And that would not be the goods.
That would not be the goods?
That would be the bads. Okay, so... Give me a good camera angle.
No wonder if this jiggy shows up later. We need to jump.
Uh-huh.
Remember your shadow.
Yeah, the drop shadow.
Oh,
no.
Okay. Okay.
Oh crap.
Honey,
health.
and not the the flower.
Sorry, people.
That was close. We just didn't jump.
I was talking about the coughing, not the jump.
Okay.
Well,
Oh.
apparently I'm just trying to kill myself. Well, I saw one back down here. If I can get it without, if I could use my invincibility.
Kazooie just looks very displeased at you, Colin.
Banjo looks really sad, and Kazooie's dude.
I just want the bees. Can the bees die?
I don't know if the bees can. Nope, apparently not.
Oh. Well, I mean,
but they'll chase you forever.
I mean, it's funny. We're now testing that because we found out in this run that mummies could be killed.
Mummies can be killed. I mean, there's things that can and can't.
I mean, ghost. I think we at least.
So that doesn't do it.
But that protects you from it.
It allows you to walk on them. But
so that Jinjo that we spent forever trying to get in, that Jinjo could have been.
Well, I knew that. I knew that I should have known that that it doesn't do anything. It doesn't kill them because I've used it before to get into them, and I don't remember them ever dying.
Do we need those anymore?
I don't know. Just do it just in case.
So now we have all the maximum. So now we have all the upgrades, all the Cheetos.
Well, we don't have the upgrades that we get near the end for having all the notes.
No, and it's kind of sad. I wish those did kind of transfer to the.
Well,
but I understand why
they're useful for fighting. Like they make fighting Grunty easier. But yeah, I could understand maybe. I would have like at least like to have the option to like get a certain amount of notes and like get like have the option for one upgrade. Like to have one massive upgrade. So like something that you like to use a lot is like it's just easier. Now is it possible to even do this? That's my big worry.
Should we come back later? Because that doesn't. It is.
There we go.
There, and that saves.
So if I die, which I'm hoping I'm able to make these jumps.
As long as you jump.
Oh crap!
Water.
That camera angle is absolutely terrible.
Oh.
Ugh.
Well, okay, that's the worm. So we need to do the boulder, the worms. Hey, we got and we got the Jiggy from the bee, so we don't have to go there again.
What was the Jiggy from the bee again?
The bee attack.
So we just need to collect the. We just need to do the boulder and get the worms.
Yeah.
Okay.
Does that seem simple?
That seems pretty simple.
Because now we're not platforming dangerously again.
Yeah. Well.
Yet.
Yeah. Yet.
I don't know. Those leaves can get pretty dangerous.
Leave me alone.
Naked Hood. No, it's Tanning Hood.
Instead of Channing Tatum, it's Tanning Tatum. I forget you don't know people.
You forget that.
Yeah.
I put people. I use people as wild cards inside Apples to Apples.
If I'm correct, Channing Tatum wasn't Edward from Twilight.
Why are you collecting feathers?
I don't know. Wasn't Edward from Twilight? If he wasn't, Channing Tatum wasn't Edward from Twilight.
Was he the wolf that took a
No, Edward was. Yeah, he played him, but I don't remember his name.
Neither do I, because I
It was
never.
Jacob. Crap. There was Team Edward and Team Jacob. Crap.
Here come.
Oh.
From the comments.
If you had a chance to like forget anything, I mean, that's an example of something. What would you
take
forget?
that out.
What? This right here?
Yeah, because if we fall down here
If you could forget anything, like just wipe it from your mind. I think we're gonna take Twilight out of the equation because I think everybody would like to forget Twilight existed, except Stephanie Meyer. She probably made quite a lot of money from that.
Oh, so you mean our Stephanie?
Stephanie Meyer.
Okay.
No, I know who you're talking about, but no, I'm talking about the author of the book.
Okay.
I say J.K. Rowling. You think?
Harry Potter.
Correct. I say,
Christopher Pelley.
Christopher Pliny. I say Aragon.
We don't want to forget those two, by the way.
No, those two are good. J.K. Rowling. I'm gonna drop it at that.
Okay, so the one thing...
I don't want to get political on this channel. So I mean, if you follow me on my Twitter, I try to keep politics out of that too. I failed once. And it was over it was a stupid argument to begin with, and
Run.
I don't think it's too political, but if you were to go on there, you would easily see what it is if you scrolled through my feed. I haven't deleted any of my comments. I really don't want to do that if I can help it. Anyway, so we were talking authors and people. Oh wait, no. The question was, if you could scrub anything from your mind, what would it be?
How about that? I think I already told this story, but practically what happened was that there was a I took a class in Linux. And Colin,
okay,
you're getting owned by bees.
That's not gonna work. Just let me use the Talon Trot.
Colin,
Good lord.
run.
Leave me alone.
Now we have to go. Just go down there.
Anyway, you're talking about your Linux class to where your teacher took you on the dark web and there were some bad things there and you wish you hadn't seen them. Yay, I win. I win. Do I get all the monies?
And what happened was that I believe that, and the thing is, the teacher did not explicitly state what we were doing.
Good lord, these bees are terrible. They're bees of shit.
He did not. Again, I was in a class. I was the only girl in a class of boys. Because computer engineering
is
male dominated. And practically what happens is that apparently, and I'm pretty naive, I will admit. And apparently,
there's one more. There we go.
Maybe the other guys knew what was happening, but I didn't. And so what happened is that he went on the dark web, and we got to see some of the stuff on there. And what happened was that he clicked on a link that he didn't know about. He clicked on a link. Okay, let's see this. I got shown a few seconds of what.
Okay, be careful what you said, or YouTube will come at us with the ban hammer, as YouTube does. We haven't had any videos taken down or put into restricted straight yet, so be careful.
I saw things I'd rather not see again.
Can you be specific without being specific?
Well, I already told you, and you probably are better at words.
We've got a microphone in front of us. I mean, you're leaving people hanging. I mean, you gotta at least give them something. Again.
I saw something pretty...
Did it start with a B?
No, it wasn't even that. Started with a P.
Oh, it ended with an S?
Uh-huh.
Great.
And it could be coupled with a P and ended with an N.
Okay, I'm just bad at spelling, so that's not helping me at all.
Popcorn.
P ends with a... Oh. Oh no, we're thinking of something totally different. I was thinking of girly. You're thinking of girly pictures. I'm thinking of male members.
No. It is a.
I just don't trust these things anymore. Did we miss anything over here?
It was. I did not.
So the dark. I think what we gathered from this is the dark web is dark, and you shouldn't go there without a flashlight.
Yep, and...
Or just don't go there at all. How about that?
Yeah, don't do that.
What I was surprised is that you saw a lot of things, because from my I thought there were... I'm used to hearing... Come on.
Hey, you're not getting attacked again.
No, I'm not, and I've got my full health back. Now I won't fail again, hopefully. I was used to thinking of the dark web as like... I mean,
It seems as though, like...
Here, correct me if I'm wrong, is the dark web, like, a different part, like, do you have to get on a different network to even access it? Because...
I believe it's a different browser altogether. And Linux,
I don't even think...
Linux has the ability to allow you to get onto it.
Well, it would make sense that they would use Linux, because it's the less,
Yes, it is the less used, but
it's the less centralized of any of the, it's the most decentralized platform of all.
Oh, there's a worm down there. Let's knock the other worm.
Yeah, let's not go off.
Oh, do we want a feather restock?
I do want a feather. Come on, I'll take it. I'll take the hit.
Take the hit, get your health back, and get a feather.
Okay, now let's head up.
Okay, so
because there's a worm on one of the upper branches. Yeah, Linux is the most decentralized. It's entirely open source, and so you can do just about whatever you want with it. But I'm not talking about the operating system necessarily. I'm talking about the.
But you could alter your computer security features. So...
Again, you can do anything. I mean, it's essentially like when we talk about Android. Android is open source. I mean. People like there are people with a preference over over Android and iOS, and I kind of understand more and more where people from Android are coming from to a certain extent. But I enjoy iOS.
Not worth it.
Talking about iOS or the
what? Golden feathers.
No, not worth it. No, like you have Android. like, do you need all like, again, Android's open source. You can do just about anything with your phone. You can make your phone sound like Hal from a Space Odyssey.
Again,
you can have your phone say, I can't...
I don't download anything on my phone unless... Oh, dear.
Good lord. The platforming. Good lord. Take another drink.
Colin, this is not a drinking game.
I'm losing.
Again, I'm tolerating my phone right now. I'm more used to the Apple iOS.
Well, Apple's the only one that has iOS, so...
Well, I mean...
I know what you mean, but...
The Apple programming.
You're more used to how that structure works. And
it's more like, for example, Microsoft is good at their computers.
They can't make they apparently don't make phones very well.
Yes, that's true. And then Apple's, on the other hand, make pretty good phones, but their software doesn't really work well when it comes to their computers, because you can't, like, especially for a gamer.
Okay, continue that thought. I'm going to probably have to correct you on a couple of things, but I want to hear what you have to say, so go ahead.
Okay, so, for example, I know that what I mean by not the best for gaming is that there are, like, I think there's a reason, there might be a reason why not a lot of people seem to actually develop games for the Apple software. I mean, if they do it now, but they didn't at first. Everything was probably ran on the general PC. But and then also oh look, notes we haven't gotten yet.
Just leave me alone.
No.
No, I'm hiding. Okay, so... I'm listening. You're something PC.
And so, no.
I think Nab Nugget ate a little too many nuts. Nothing there. Nab Nut's eating too many acorns. I've got none left for next winter now.
What are we doing in the next season?
Gathering nuts.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry.
Is there anything up there?
Finish your thought.
And so, I seem to notice that a lot, like, I believe it's because that the system, I'm not sure if, Windows uses, Windows uses a lot of common languages. And as far as what, like, for example, Colin can say that, it takes a specialized program in order to even get into your programmer space and, like, into your program.
She's talking about there's certain things. She's talking about one of the issues that I've had with she's talking about one of the issues that I've had with, oh gosh, if I can stop tripping over my tongue, that'd be great.
Well, I do too, so.
Accessing, just going into my computer and finding out, okay, you have a certain amount of memory left. I know memory is probably not the best term. Storage space left for programs, and here's what's taking up X, Y, and Z. The thing is, there are certain there are certain folders that'll go, oh yeah, this is like your applications folder. Here's what's on it. There and you can go into that and basically go in and delete stuff and get rid of programs that are taking up too much space.
Do we have enough?
We do, but I want to see what's up here real quick. Make sure we're not missing any up here.
But if we
if
we fail, we have to come all the way up again.
I won't fail. So, but there's other folders in that. Basically, when you're going through trying to see how much storage space you have, there are certain programs and applications and files or whatever that are locked behind what's called the...
Why'd you do that?
We'll be fine. We'll be fine. We'll be fine. See? That was extremely lucky. So there are certain files and applications and folders that are locked behind what's called the system. The system is a broad folder that you can't get into and figure out what's there. So I had to install another program which laid out everything into trees, like trees that broke down the files, like what files were in what folder, and I managed to find what was taking up all my space, which is something that has to do with how Adobe archives its memory caches, which I still haven't figured out how to turn off, but I figured out the workaround. And this is talking about how in Windows you can pretty much, like, any file that you can see, you can basically get rid of.
Yeah, and...
is my understanding.
Yes. I just, like... But I think that each system
Can you bring this back around to gaming? Just...
Well, again, I think that, I'm not saying that, like, there are games for all systems, but it used to be the case where, or more or less so, more the case when we were younger, that most games wanted to run on a Windows system, and Apple was always second.
Apple actually used to be the leader in games. Here's
Computer.
the thing. Yeah, computer games. I mean, I'm not even talking about the obscure Apple Pippin that only launched in Japan. I'm talking about, I forget when and what, but there was a time when so many people like
Look around. I'm actually curious what's in here.
I think we've gotten everything from here. Let's go give the things to the eagle.
What, are you sure? Let's...
Yeah, we were here last episode. I was just making sure nothing had changed. Nothing. Okay, let's get out of here. So there was a time when Apple computers were primarily office machines. I mean, that's basically how they started out, were expensive office machines. There was a time... I think we can still... Good lord. Okay.
That was decent.
That was a save. Good lord, I cannot platform to save my life this episode.
Hey, you saved yourself twice that way, so be happy.
Yeah. So it's my understanding that there was a time when Apple computers were primarily a office computer, and apparently that Apple was worried about people playing games on their computer because that was the idea that... I'm really tripping over my tongue trying to explain this, but if you look up the history, apparently there was a point to where that was what people would develop games for. I mean, they would develop games for Apple computers. Apple computers ran games really well, and Apple wanted to distance themselves because they knew that they made office machines. They wanted to be seen as the person that made the thing that a guy went to work on and did productivity work, and I think they did a lot of work to try to separate themselves, to separate their brand from something that could be associated with something that people were just gonna use to do leisurely things on. I need to go up here, I think. No, I got everything. There's not anything up. Oh, that becomes a circle in the next level. Okay, let's go to the eagle. So the separation from the gaming and everything has been present for a while. There's less of a gap in it now, but still.
That's what I was saying, is that I now see more games.
Steam works on Macs, but it's nowhere near the experience you would get on a Windows machine, by far. Let's give him the...
Oh, good, we got 8 so far.
Yeah. I think we're gonna have 3 by the end of this. There we go, and he's ready to go to sleep. I like his little nappy. Little diaper.
Wow, I wish that... Actually, no, I don't want that to do to me. Dear Lord, the growth pains would hurt.
I just find it interesting how you can grow and fart at the same time, and that's what happens.
Are you sure? Do you think that's what Namnut was doing?
I don't want to think about it. I don't even want to... There's probably some weird fanfic of Nabnut on...
Did we hit the beaver's house?
I think you're right. I think that may be something we forgot. I just need to get down safely. We'll double check that. So final thoughts on gaming on Mac. You can game on Mac. You can go to whether you go to their App Store, because that's where a lot of their games also hide. I mean, there's more than one place to find games on Mac. You can download them from websites. I mean, you kind of run your own risk. If you get it from the App Store, it should at least work as long as your computer meets the system requirements. The same thing with Steam. But the Steam I found games that, oh yeah, this game is for Mac. The support I found that the Windows support for a lot of the games is much better. Like you've got options for just. I mean, you got better computer options. You can make the game run better. Whereas I've had like the game that I always think of when I think of this. Oh well, we're near the end of the episode anyway. The game I always think of. The game I always think of is Batman Arkham. Just Batman Arkham. Arkham did not run very well. No, just the first Batman game, the Batman Arkham game. Ran terribly on my Mac. Now I've got the MacBook Pro I used to record has 8 gigs of RAM. It has an i5 Intel processor and Intel Iris graphics. It's nothing fancy. It gets the job done, and hey, it's still better than a lot of the computers people can go and buy out of Walmart. For the most part, there's other computers in Walmart that smoke my Mac. But
my computer apparently has.
Alyssa's computer would smoke me.
What was it, 12 gigs?
You got 12 gigs. You've got an i7, and I don't think you have a graphics card. I think you do everything off of your CPU. Do we get the? What would be the next one?
Fall.
Fall? Would it be fall?
Yeah, we really have the time?
Let's go in and just finish off the episode as far as talking. So, haha, you missed me.
No, you gotta kiss me.
I mean, I just need 10 this time. Okay.
See, look, there's one right behind him, and he's too lazy to go get it. Fat bird.
I think we'll do that later.
Yeah, that seems like a...
I mean, here, I'm trying to wrap up the conversation real quick. If you, bottom line, if you want a game, take this from a person that did research and thought he could game on a Mac, and I know I can. Don't buy a Mac for gaming. Just don't. I mean, I understand there are people that have to buy them for work and maybe want to do something on the side. You can, but you're ultimately better off either buying a dedicated gaming machine, like the Nintendo Switch, PS4, Xbox One. Buy an Atari for all. I mean, really, just I do not recommend trying to game on Mac. I mean, it's not a question of whether you can or you can't. It's just you're ultimately going to get a better experience and have a better selection of games. It's a weird line at the top of the screen.
What?
You didn't notice it?
What?
Here, let me see if I go back. See if it'll do it again. I was just getting a weird line at the top of the screen. Oh, maybe it'll show up in the video. I don't know. So just don't buy a Mac for gaming. I think Macs are great computers. I just don't think you should intend to try to game on them.
They're good for artistic purposes.
Yep. Well, then again, any computer can be, depending on what you're using.
I just find, like, iTunes, and then Dad, he had a bunch of iTunes.
Well, yeah, he was using creative programs that ran exclusively on Macs. Anyway, again, just reiterating one last time, trying to complete the thought. Don't buy a Mac to game. Just don't do it. I think that's it.
That's it.
All right. Thank you guys so much for watching. We will be back next week with another episode. We've got 2 more episodes before we finish off this level. I think we're going to just try to take it one season at a time. And then after we get this level done, we've got the game show, and then we take on Grunty.
So have a nice trip. See you next fall.
Oh my gosh. I've been Colin.
I'm Melissa. I don't know who Colin is anymore.
She's absolutely terrible. Thank you guys so much for watching. Have a great day. If you made it to the end of this video, wow, you're amazing. Thank you. Have a great day. God bless.
See ya.
Have a good one. Again. Bye-bye.
Bye.